Hi guys, and welcome again to Chaotic TV in this best of 3 winners round 5 of IPL5. In the bottom left, you see our 2 players already, but I'm going to introduce him anyway. In the bottom left, he is the blue Zerg playing for Azubu. He is Violet, formerly of Empire. And in the top right, we have Team Liquid's red Protoss. He is Hero. Now, in the last game, we saw a very powerful push by Hero with better upgrades, even though only by 1 level. Is still very powerful. And the non-Carapist Violet Zerg had no defense at all for the heavy attacks from Zealots and Immortals and Sentry Force Fields, which were baited out early in the game but used to great effect in that very last attack. And Violet is sending out the Overlord to see what Hero is doing. But by the time he gets there, he's probably going to have Stalker come out. Very standard play, of course. You can't do anything in the first 30 minutes. It's unstandard unless you're 6 pulling or 9 pulling. So we're going to see what we can do to pass the time. Now, there's the Forge first. I wonder, is he going to send this probe out here and off to Violet's third? Now, in case Violet takes a quick third, which isn't going to happen at least before pool, he doesn't have Stefano's balls, but he does have Stefano's mechanics. And just an all-around very good player. So we see the Forge coming out. We see a number of... I'm just curious as to where this one's going. I completely lost my train of thought, but it doesn't really matter. There's an earthquake going on right now in Los Angeles, California. It is 2:36 in the morning, and there's an earthquake going. Alright, that's just not freaky at all. I'm sitting here casting during an earthquake. This is one way to pass the time. And he is checking Violet's third. Still shaking. Still shaking. 13 floors up, and we're still shaking. But Violet sees that there's a second Nexus coming down for Hero. And finally, I think we're stopped shaking, although I still got that loosey-goosey kind of feeling. Nope, I'm wrong. Still slightly shaking. This is kind of freaky. But, oh man, it's craziness. Wow. Still shaking. It's a very prolonged earthquake. So I think it's the longest one I've felt yet. First one. I've been living in LA for almost 2 years now. Come January 3rd, I will have been here for 2 years. And we see double gas coming down for Hero and taking out that neutral supply depot that is just oh so harmful. I've been living in LA for almost 2 years now, and I didn't feel an earthquake until April of this year. And since then I felt 9 earthquakes. And none of them while I was not on my 13th floor apartment. So the added effect of us being on the 13th floor is rather disconcerting, to say the least. And the first one, when I woke up from sleep and my roommate came in, he's like, "Did you feel that?" I was like, "Yeah, I felt that." I was on my very plush bed, which has a not so sturdy frame, and it shook for even longer than I imagine the building was tended to shake, because it's on rolling casters. It was just very, very disconcerting. It was like a roller coaster, but I didn't know we were supposed to be coasting. It was like a roller coaster blindfolded. Even though it was a very gentle one, it was very disconcerting. So we see the third phase coming out of Violet, and I expect another very prolonged game, but we do see an earlier robo than we have in the past, and earlier upgrades than we have in the past from Hero. He's only got 1 gate, 1 robo. He's going to drop 3 more gates behind us, but Violet's probably going to lose this Overlord. But he's got another one to hang out right here. So Hero probably going to get some more Prism out and do some, early harass. Warp gate coming in, and there's the gate. There's the gates right now. He's putting them in places that I think, deny drops, but he's not playing a Terran, so he's also not going to get scanned back there. And this Overseer, this Overlord, excuse me, sees everything. So it's very interesting placement coming out of Hero. Being slightly supply blocked, we see a double Evo chamber coming out of Violet and of Roach Warren. So we're going to see, where's this defensive crawler? We see just very not tech heavy build, but production heavy build coming out of both of these players. They're gearing up, as I should say. They're getting ready to do stuff. Twilight Council, for this upgrade, he's not going to start armor. He's going to just wait until Twilight Council's done, and he's going to start armor level 2. We see a lot of upgrades coming out of Violet. Not so many units for either player right now. The army supplies are 9 and 10, but the worker supplies are 6 and 5 times that. It's just ridiculous. I mean, these guys have a semi-unspoken agreement to not do any serious mid-game attacks. I'm curious to see the stats even against each other of who wins pre-9 minutes, who wins 9 to 15 minutes, 15 to 25 minutes, or 15 to 30 minutes, and afterwards, as you can sometimes see in the GSL, when Tastosis and Caldor and Wolfcat. By the way, I need to catch up on my level 4, how do you say that? On GSL Code A replays, but right now I'm doing my own replays, and we see that the drop from Hero was missed by me, but not missed by Violet. It was shut down to the tune of at least 2 Zealots being damaged to their hulls, and the sentries are just building up energy while they're in the warp prism. A huge amount of army, after I pointed out that they had no army, coming down from both players as they're starting to gear up. They've gotten to that point of drone capacity that they want and probe capacity, and we see that this semi-immortal sentry push, I think he needs a couple of more immortals coming out from Hero to do a later version of the immortal sentry push. An infestation pit coming out of Violet. We're going to see some infestors. I don't know how many. We'll see them when they come out, but the number of spines right here telling me that he's going to go for a semi-early Broodlord composition that we saw in that first game on Entomb Valley when they were cross-spawned. I should choose a different beverage than beer, I think, for this cast, because my throat's already sore from having a long meeting at work today. And Hero's catching up on that supply, because I think Violet is using up all of his larvae as they come out. Now, I say that they're 17, but he doesn't have enough money to use them up for roaches. I think he's starting to bank for those corruptors, but we don't see a spire yet. So I'm completely wrong about that. We see a macro hatch coming down, and we're going to see some infestors come out very soon. Once this pathogen gland is halfway done, he's going to start those infestors, most likely, just so that when they pop the pathogen glands is just finished and Violet can go and do this roachling infestor play. Pause, please. Admin start, 3, 2, 1, go. Okay. We see the Galil reconstruction that is going to give him roach speed coming out, and this even more damaged Zealot than he was before. Overseer is going to drop a changeling. Is it going to contaminate anything? Gotta love that. Although it is a very costly spell. We see the robotics bay coming out for Hero, and we're going to see some Colossi, but Violet is just taking map control, even though he doesn't know that there's an observer here. This Overlord can see everything. Can see how many gates we've got coming out of Hero, which is really not all that many. There's only 6 gates, but his switching to mostly Robotech, I think, is going to be okay with that. I think Hero is actually unsure of what to do. I think he would have a little bit more things right now. His third would have come out a little earlier if he knew that Violet was so passive, but we do see a 4th coming out for Violet, and we see this Warp Prism heading over right here, but there's already a Spore Crawler ready to take that out if it comes anywhere near. The double upgrades are right there, and the layer's already morphin' Hive, so that the 3rd upgrade level can be researched right away. We see the extended thermal lens coming out of Hero, so his Colossi are going to be relatively prevalent, and I hope to see a 2nd Robo come out with all this money. But we see that the 3rd ground weapons coming out, and again, Hero's just going to wait until that's done to start the armor. And there was a big drop of zealots right here, but 2 of them have already been cleaned up. And it looks like he took out all of those Zerglings for what reason? Did he think they were already done? There he goes, he brings it back in. He didn't lose the queen, so it wasn't really an effective drop. Not a whole lot of drones killed, I think only 4 killed in total. And this not Immortal Sentry push, it looks like Hero's getting ready to take a 4th one. Now the first Colossi is meeting its first victims, and we don't see another one coming out, because why? Because why? Is he already switching into Templar tech? Excuse my yawn. It's been a long day. So I had to wash my face earlier. I've been up for 17 hours, and no matter what you've been doing after 17 hours of not showering, because that's not I didn't not shower and go to sleep and then wake up and 8 hours later. We see a big attack coming in, and force fields are just enough that they get about half the Zerglings because the other half stream through. And there's plenty of infestors here on the map. You see 8 of them, and 8 corruptors already coming out. For a hero who's already almost maxed as well, he's getting some Archons, and this Warp Prism right here is going to do a bit of a drop. But I think he's going to clean up a Greater Spire coming in for Azubu's Violet and Adrenal Glands, that oh so useful upgrade coming in. But as I was saying, while we have a little bit of a break, 17 hours, woke up, went to work, did a lot of work at home on Chaotic TV, mostly working on the logo and eating pizza, where a lot of it, is here, great targeting on this Greater Spire, and enough Zealots to come in, and that charge is so long, he's going to get it, he's going to get it! Oh, Violet, he's dropping 2 more Spires, where? The 3rd, no? Dropping 2 more Spires back here, and there's just so much damage being done by Hero. Only about 15 supply, but wow, he knocked out another couple of roaches. But there's a huge bank for Violet. I think he's going to be okay with it. Oh my god, a huge attack up here. I was distracted, like Hero was hoping Violet would be distracted, and a huge great concave with the back of force field. But Hero's supply is still lower than Violet, so I imagine that the number of dead infested Terrans we saw did just enough damage to kill all of the tanking zealots that were there and make away. There's nothing else here than a single Immortal and a number of zealots to protect these Blink Stalkers. There's no fungus coming down, but these speedy lings will be fine at taking them some repositioning. Spine Crawlers are going to be ready for this next push, as Hero is going to warp in a number of Zealots after this to keep pushing. But I know myself that Gateway does not mean Infestor Tech plus Ling Roach. And a great concave. These Spine Crawlers are doing a hell of a amount of damage, and the lower energy infestors are still chunking out enough fungal on this ramp that these Lings streaming in are just going to a huge reinforcement of Lings coming in, and the blink back is not going to save them. They're going to run away from these Zealots, but the Zealots are going to run away from Spine Crawlers, and we're just going to see another stalemate right now. We don't see, we see another Warp Prism movement. I don't know why he spawned right there. There's no way he's going to be able to drop another load, but these Lings are ready to go on whatever spawns in, and Hero is on the back foot again, I think. He's taken his 4th down here during that entire attack. That is just some hell of a good macro and multitasking, and he's poised to take his 5th, while Violet has an incredible bank but has not taken his own grip. He's spread out his drones enough that he's still mining at home, and he has his 2 Spires. Does he still have 2 Spires? Let's check. Still got 2 Spires. No, just the 1 Spire. And we see 6 Broodlords coming in on the map for him. And we see a Mothership coming in for Hero, and level 2 ground armor from that single forge going on. We see level 1 flyer attack and missile attack. But we do have fully upgraded ground weapons and a number of more spines coming in just to use up some of that extra minerals that Zerg get when they go for that gas-heavy Corruptor Infestor Broodlord build. I really want him to take another base, but a Ling Run-by is going to be caught by all of this AoE, and 2/3 of that one group of attacking Lings got nabbed, and this is not a critical mass of Broodlords, but we do see some backup excuse me, some backup Corruptors being brought in against these 3 Colossi. Now the huge blink forward of these 2/3 Stalkers is going to do a great amount of damage. And the storm coming in is going to wreak havoc against these bumped up Broodlords. But any supply lost by Violet right now is being replaced by these Corruptors in there, and the Broodlord morphing. But we see a number of Broodlords who's lost by Violet. Some great fungals coming down, and the mothership coming in to cover up its young, and Violet is just going to lose all of his Broodlords. But he remaxes right away, or attempts to remax right away with a great deal of Lings and Corruptors. Now he's got 11 Infestors on the map with a bunch of free energy, and a number of fungals waiting to happen. And the reposition is Spine Crawlers for a better protective concave for all 3 entrances. And Hero is taking his 5th, but Violet, man, you gotta break out of this rut, man. You're only on 4 bases, and a huge oversaturation at his base 4 because he didn't get a good stage. Now he's doing some roaches and that flanking zealots, as Violet does indeed take his 5th. And I want to see the mothership walk over here and do a recall. That would be terrific. But then that's also energy he's not using for the vortex. Now all of these, we see a fungal on the Zealots and on the Archon, and there's going to be a big vortex right there. He's going to nab a great deal of Violet's army. Violet's going to run with the rest of it, and we see all these Zealots, and not even the Archon, streaming in for Hero. There they go. Everything's going in. Look at that. And we're just going to watch somebody's supply destroy here. Look at that. Oh wow, they're going down pretty evenly. Some big fungus come out, and Violet Cleveland is doing a great job with Corruptors here, taking out all of the Colossi, and the only thing left are the Archons, which are the eponymously named Archon Toilet. There's still one observer here, over here, and that's redundant. But Hero's not done with the aggression. He's going to come in here and do a warp in of nothing because he has no money, and it's going to be seen by the Queen. So everybody's going to return their own base and do some mining, and we see the 5th being saturated fully by Hero. He doesn't take his gas yet, but we see the 5th of Violet not doing anything. There is no drone transfer, and it looks like Hero's spreading out to take it out. But we do see Warp In going for that infestation pit, but the Warp Prism has been driven off by the lone Queen, and we see this contingent of Stalkers headed over to the 5th, which is does not have a drone transfer coming in. But I believe we will get this hatchery with these Blink Stalkers for it. And there it goes. Bunch of extractors with no hatchery. That's the name of the game right now. And it got cleaned up, and another warp in trying to take out this infestation pit. He's going to drop 2 more over here with a big fungal on that. Takes out with the 2 zealots inside, and you could even hear them scream. And then the forward pylon gets taken out by Violet of Hero. We see a huge push forward by Hero, and we don't see very much coming out of Liquid Violet. Excuse me, did I just say Liquid Violet? Of Azubu's Violet. He has no money. He's got to wait for this 5th to get up and then send all of his drones over there to populate. One of the extractors got canceled. Okay, what about that? I wish I had another drink with me right now because I am empty, but we still have... We're not done with the game, so... A bunch of infested Terrans just hanging out. And a big sneak attack of Zealots is going to get this 5th base again. And Hero is just great at the starving carve on third, not allowing him 50. Oh my god, 60. Oh, that's too many Zealots. He's definitely going to get this 5th. Just rolling right in, and Violet, no matter his reaction time, is not going to figure that. So he is down another base, and this Warp Prism is coming in with the Templar and three Zealots just looking to snipe something. They're going for the Infestation Pit, and Azubu Violet is coming in to save it, but he's not gonna save it. And it finally comes down at the 3rd one, and a big storm drop coming in on these drones. How many did he kill? Oh, about 7. And he's gonna lose the 5th again. Oh, poor Violet. He's very flustered right now. He's got plenty of money, but he does not have a 5th base, and you want to see him move his units to take out and grab a 5th base. But this forward pylon over here is just wrecking Violet. He needs to leave some units up here, or at least go and attack this. But if he moves out to attack this Protoss army would have just run right in, but now that he's taking out the middle, there's going to be almost constant pressure on Violet from Hero, and the 3rd level armor is coming down, and look at this number of critical mass Broodlords just aching to throw some Broodlings at something. Wow, we see almost 20 Broodlords come in, and a number of reinforcing roaches, and the Warp Prism has come back in again. Big storm drop, 2 of them taking out another. Holy crap, that's a lot of drones. Yes, that is a definitive number. Holy crap, that's a lot of drones. And Violet's supply has lost, but he's reinforcing with 15 stacks of Zerglings. That's 30 total Zerglings, and he's finally getting Burrow for his infestors to do some sneaking and snacking, and there's the fungal, and he's going to pick off this observer. But Violet's still on 4 bases with almost no money compared to Hero, who's got a huge amount of money on 5 bases. And there's a big attack right here, big feedbacks going down on some of these infestors with some protective storms eating up all these Zerglings, and Violet's supply is just not looking good. He moves forward with some fungals on some Archons and a huge concave with Broodlords. Definitely going to take out this 5th base. And the forward pylon is seeing no action right now, but the 3rd base for Violet has dropped. So there's nothing here to combat this huge amount of Broodlords, and it looks like Violet is going to go into a base trade situation here. He's going to send a couple down to this bottom, and if he catches this army out of position, away from its mothership, then Violet has definitely the edge, and this looks like what he's going to do, although Hero's going to run away. And if he vortexes these guys right now, he's not going to have anything to throw in there. He's not going to use the vortex. I mean, yeah, it's a delaying tactic, but it doesn't do anything. And I guess he's waiting the other 10 in-game seconds for his Protoss armor level 3 to finish, but there's enough infested Terrans here, and a vortex on a bunch of empty infestors is really not going to do the damage that Hero wants to be done. There's too many Broodlords here for these Zealots. Yeah, I mean, for these Stalkers. I mean, yeah, they're picking them off, but they're not going to be able to do the killing, lasting damage that they need to be doing. Some reinforcing Zerglings are just coming in to wipe everything out, especially all these Stalkers. These Zealots are doing what they can, but the fungals are keeping them in place. The Broodlords are still there, throwing enough free Broodlings at this whole army, and Hero, with the huge supply lead, is lost, and now the 4th base for Hero is under attack, the only mining base. And we see that these siege tanks, they're like Broodlords, and they're just reinforcing Zerglings with their adrenal gland, crackling upgrade at 3-3, and we see another Broodlord coming in to make a total of 4. Oh my gosh, Violet is looking so good right now. Even though he has only 1 mining base, he's got more army supply by a great deal. then Hero cannot fight this army, so Violet has free range to keep attacking and drone up back at home with whatever money you need. Now granted, there's a little supply, a little attack over here, but one Zealot ain't going to do it, And once he loses his space and all of these probes, look at that. Ooh, Violet just took the lead on the probe killing count, and this loss of base means that Hero is just already dead, unless he had a hidden base somewhere, but Violet's already got the Zergling here to figure it out. Violet can just slowly keep pushing in with these 4 Broodlords. 3 Broodlords. Keep that lead in, but a big bunch of storms and feedback gonna come in, but it's still not gonna be enough. Broodlings just eating up that Templar, and a number of drones, probes, long distance mining. It's still 53 supply difference for Violet, and we just see that Hero is just kind of melting away. He's got 3 Stalkers, blinking forward to do what? To take out one of the last 2 Broodlords. He's lost 2 of his 3 Stalkers. He's about to lose his 3rd. He's got 2 more Archons. He's not going to be able to keep it. And I think the game is over for GG. There's the WW, where the GG is on a Korean keyboard without hitting the function key, I think, is what the rule is. And Azubu Violet takes this series 2-1 over Liquid Hero. So Hero wins in NASL. Violet won in winners round level number 5 of IPL5. So just wanted to showcase the difference in play. Congrats to Violet for getting 2nd in both IPL5 and NASL4, and congrats to Hero for winning NASL4. I hope you guys enjoyed it. From Chaotic TV, I'm KO, and we will see you very soon back on Chaotic TV. Anyway, thanks you guys very much for watching. I love all the support and feedback. Keep sending it in, and I'll do what I can to keep you happy. Cheers.